My name is Praise and I'm the face of Colingenic books. Welcome. If you're new here, well, we are all new here, so welcome. So since this is a new channel, I would like to do the newbie tag, tell you like some things about me, so you can get to know more about Colingenic books, and I as a person, you get to know the face of Colingenic books, what we have in store for you, what to expect in this new brand new channel. This interesting, because I promise it's going to be interesting, what you will get to enjoy as a whole, what you get to see. Like I said, my name is Praise. I'm from Oyo State, Nigeria. I currently live in Port Harcourt. I'm a student and also a physiologist, a clinical physiologist. So I'm going to answer some quick Booktube questions, which are just 10 questions, so I can get to know more about this channel and what it entails. So the first question: why did you start this channel? Well, I started this channel because I decided that it was high time I express and share my thoughts and reviews on books. I've always been a huge book lover. I enjoy reading, and apart from the struggle that comes with academics, which is separate, I just love reading novels in general, books. I read a lot of different things, so I decided that okay, let me channel that love I have into expressing and showing people things about my opinions about certain books, and hear what other people have to say. Although there are book clubs I can decide to join and all, but there's just this feeling that I think is there when I speak to people, speak to different group of people, and understand what they have in store, what they want to. Okay, second question: what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, honestly, I don't know for now. I feel I should like get the hang of Booktube as it is, do the best I can. Then I feel when the time comes, more inspiration will come to mind. Although I have a lot of ideas that I would like to share, that I would like to show to Booktube, I feel that as I grow, as I experience more, I'll be able to get new and unique ideas, which will help me grow fun and new things, which I can bring to Booktube. Question 3: what are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, honestly, I have always been a fan of watching Booktube, watching other YouTubers express their joy, excitement when they tell people about what they've read and what they enjoy. So I'm also excited. I want to see how that feeling goes. I want to enjoy that feeling also. I want to make new friends. I want to get the understanding and make sure that I get that zeal that comes with speaking to other people about my interest, that particular point in a page, or in a book that excites me, and share it with others. Question 4: why do you love reading? Well, honestly, I just imagination. That's just my honest answer. I love the joy it brings when I go into another space, imagine, oh, so this is what happened, really, or maybe if something else happened. That I always like enjoy that thrill, to dive into that imagination that the author wants to bring to light, or the imagination that I feel that I could connect with the author. That's one important thing that makes me love reading. Question 5: what book or series got you into reading? Well, honestly, I can't remember, but from what I can remember, my dad is a huge fan of books. So, and since I'm the only girl, is his favorite. So he carries me along. So when he wants to go to the library, or when he wants to go to a bookstore to get things, so I just So when he gets for himself, he looks at me and he also gets for me, then buys, and he like gives me to read. Then I remember sometimes when as a punishment he will give me like a book to read, then give me a blank notebook, tell me to write my thoughts on those books. Then I believe I still have that book, that notebook, because it fills with more than 10 stories, or more about 20-30 stories, where you'll be like, okay, write your thoughts on this book, show me, like an assignment. I think that's where it's I got that inspiration that, oh, this is getting fun, this is getting interesting. So from there I continued to enjoy that thrill of reading books. And yeah, although I'm very sure that those particular books were Nigerian classic collections, maybe one of these days I will like revisit those stories and point out my thoughts about them. Okay, question 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Okay, one important question which I would like to ask my favorite booktuber, which has come across my mind for a couple of days now, is how do they manage to like balance the fact that they have to read a lot of books and give their reviews with their daily lives? Because I feel that some books will come across as boring. Some books will come out, although not boring, it will like take you a long time to read it up, maybe like 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes you like read it, you abandon, you go into another short story, another book and read. Then I'm like, how do they how do they balance it all out? How do they do it? That's one important question that I would like to ask. Because I know that for some Chinese books that I love reading, sometimes you have like 1,000, 2,000 chapters, 3,000. It can take like 3 months for you to just finish it out, especially if you have a busy month ahead of you, your social life, your academics and everything. So that's one important question. How do they? Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, the hardest challenge that I think that would be difficult for me right now that I can see is try my best to rush reading books so that I can give my points, my opinions about them and share it with everyone. Because sometimes when I read some books, I'm just like, wow, and I just stay silent and I don't want to even think about it. But since I have a booktube channel, I feel like I will have to say something about that particular book when the time comes, and it feels challenging to speak my mind, because sometimes I just like being quiet on my own, not saying a lot of things. But I feel that challenge of speaking out every other opinion I have on a particular book, whether it's my favorite, whether it's my least favorite, I feel like that would be a very difficult thing to overcome. Question 8. When did you start reading? Well, I think I mentioned that I started reading since I was younger. I think since I could read. Let me not say since I was younger, because since I could read, since I could comprehend words, yes, I believe so. Because as the only daughter, as the first child, and I'm always following my dad around, always trying to see what I was always curious when I was a child. So my mom was always like talking about it, where always like, you have calmed down now. When you were younger, you used to stay one place, you're always moving up and down, you're always tearing paper up and down, always tearing Bible, always saying this, you want to read. So I believe I started reading when I was younger. So question number 9. Where do you read? Well, I read everywhere. I read everywhere, anywhere I can find myself. As long as I have my phone with me, I have my laptop with me, and I feel that urge to read, I read. Wherever it is, I read everywhere. In my room, on the road, in church, anywhere I find myself. Or at a party, I read. I make sure I pick up my phone, scroll through my reading book app, open it, and I read. The final and last question: what kind of books do you like to read? Well, I'm a romance kind of girl. I love romance. I enjoy the gushing feeling that comes with it. So I read romance, any kind of romance, fluffy romance, cute romance, adult romance, contemporary romance, dark romance, whatever it is, I read romance. I also read a couple of thriller, supernatural, fantasy. I love fantasy. I'm always in my head. I'm always imagining things. My imagination is always running wild, so I love fantasy. I actually read a lot of different categories of books, and I also would love to read categories of books that I've not dived into. So I read any kind of books, literature, novels, books. It also goes to the fact of country. I'm not discriminative on any country. I read if your book is interesting, because right now I'm reading like Chinese novels. I mean, some people will be like, Chinese have novels. How are you able to translate? Well, there are books you can read, Chinese books. Yes, they are already translated for you. There are some wonderful people out there that help translate Chinese books or novels, then publish it for you to read. So yes, I read Chinese books at the moment, and I read any kind of book, American, Nigerian, whatever it may, as long as it's a beautiful piece of work, I read it. So that's a little bit about me, and coming up in different channel different videos, I believe that you will see. Okay, I think that's about that. When it comes to questions about me, I believe that you know a little bit. Concurrently, I believe that when I post more videos, share more ideas, more reviews, you're able to understand who I am, what I like, what I do, and I'm very excited, and I hope you're also excited, because it's very interesting, honestly, when you meet other people that want to share stories with and be able to understand how they are doing it, how their thoughts on books, because I'm very sure I'm also going to try to revisit old books, not like new books, old books that I'm very sure most of the people watching would have read. And I want to hear your comments on your thoughts. Maybe you disagree with me, maybe you agree with me, maybe you have forgotten and you would like to remember through my opinions. And I appreciate, and I want you to come back, expect more videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and yes, I'm expecting you every time I upload a new video, so that you can also give me your 2 cents on what you think about that video. Thank you.